Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
Now, the brother of the Pakistani social media star Qandeel Baloch will appear in court tomorrow charged with her murder after claiming he killed her because she'd brought dishonour on their family. The fate of Ms Baloch, who described herself as a modern-day feminist, has sparked outrage over the death of a young woman who simply wanted to live life on her own terms. In a moment, we'll speak to the Oscar-winning documentary maker who's calling for a law against honour killings. But first, here's our Asia correspondent, Jonathan Miller. And just to warn you, his report does contain footage from her own videos, some of which are adult in nature.
How I'm looking?
Twitter trending.
Beautiful.
Facebook viral.
Or hot.
The iconoclastic Qandeel Baloch loved a camera, posting risque videos, tame by Western standards. For all her fans in the conservative Islamic Republic of Pakistan, there were many who denounced her as a shameless harlot. This simply had to end. And so it did. On Saturday, Qandeel murdered at just 26. An honour killing, it was reported. Her outraged brother deciding to avenge the family's honour, impugned and scandalised by his scarlet sister. Qandeel Baloch, who just last week described herself as a modern-day feminist, free thoughts, free mindset. She'd written on her Facebook page, "I love the way I am." Her funeral ceremony officiated by the menfolk of her village. Her younger brother Wasim, standing in the light blue tunic, apprehended by the police and unapologetic. He admitted strangling her and blamed her Facebook videos. No regrets, he said. Often, so-called honour killers get away with murder if their family forgives them. The police say they won't permit that in this case. He's in court tomorrow. Not for the first time, a small group of protesters gathered in Islamabad to condemn these honour killings. Women have awoken, is what they shouted. But men in Pakistan have not. Every year, the number of reported honour killings rises. 1,100 last year, and that's reckoned to be but the tip of a murderous iceberg.
There is no honour in killing. Such killings are simply sheer murder.
Qandeel Baloch was a social media sensation, a self-promoting, selfie stick-wielding actress, model, singer with an iPhone.
Baby, please don't do it again. Baby,
she defiantly expressed her sexuality, but behind the lipstick and the painted nails, Qandeel lifted the lid on misogyny and hypocrisy in Pakistan, a repressed society with more searches for online porn than any other country. Last month, she uploaded selfies of her with a prominent mullah who admitted he proposed to her. Mufti Abdul Kavi has been embarrassed by all this and also fired. If you love me, Qandeel Baloch wrote just 2 weeks ago, I will always be in your heart. If you hate me, I will always be in your mind. That's quite some epitaph.
Well, I'm joined now by the Pakistani filmmaker and activist Sharmeen Obaid Chinoy. She won her second Oscar earlier this year for a film about honour killings in Pakistan. Sharmeen, the videos we've just seen are quite raunchy. How brave do you think Qandeel was to post that kind of thing online?
You know, there exists space in Pakistan for women who post these kind of things. There are actresses who appeared in semi-naked in videos that have been leaked, scantily dressed women. That wasn't the issue. The issue was that she used her popularity to challenge the clerics. A few weeks ago on television, she was on a popular television show where there was a cleric. Afterwards, he came to her hotel room and she recorded everything. And once that started circulating, once she actually took her fame to take a stand, that's when things started going south for her. I think that she would have been able to post these videos all the time and nothing would have really happened to her. It was when she decided to push the status quo and show the hypocrisy of the clerics, that's when she landed herself into trouble.
And yet, she's far from a one-off, tragically. The scale of violence, not just so-called honour killings, but violence more generally against women is pretty widespread in Pakistan, isn't it?
Well, you are seeing a society that is in flux. You have many young women who are demanding their rights, who have access to cell phones, where there's internet penetration. They're watching photographs, they're looking at videos, they're becoming more aware of their rights. They want to get married out of choice. They want to work. They want a more liberated life. And we come from a deeply misogynistic society where the old patriarchal structure is in place. And there is a push and pull factor, and there is a blowback. And there are men who believe that women shouldn't cross that line, and when they do, there should be repercussions. Having said that, the government of Pakistan recognizes that the numbers of violence against women are going up. In the Qandeel Baloch case, the government has made itself a party so that there can be no forgiveness and no blood money can be given, so that the brother is sent to jail. That is sending a clear signal that the government realizes something needs to be done. And in the past few months, the government has passed the Punjab Protection Bill, which is a landmark bill about domestic violence, and the two bills that are stuck in Parliament right now, the anti-rape bill and the anti-honour killing bill, which is what I'm campaigning for, are hopefully going to get pushed through.
But there have been massive protests against those bills, haven't there?
Any time in Pakistan the word woman comes up in any bill, there are going to be protests. That is just the environment there. Having said that, civil rights activists, women's rights organizations, journalists, media houses are really rallying for there to be stringent laws to tackle many of these issues. Honour killing is an epidemic in Pakistan. It is not taking place in small towns and villages. It is taking place in major metropolitan cities, and something needs to be done about that. And I think that there is a consensus building in the country, and I think Qandeel Baloch's murder has been the tipping point.
Indeed. Well, Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy, thank you very much for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
I've been getting away with it all